Hey guys, and welcome back to the Grading Show. We are doing our first review podcast.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry,
Wrong show as well. He's not in this one. We're talking about the Acolyte.
unfortunately.
We will preface that me and Rue are halfway through.
Yeah.
And Henry has finished it, but we had to do it because obviously it's current events. We feel like you deserve, up to date stuff.
Yeah, I mean, with this,
Apologise if the opinion that I'm going to offer is not fully cooked.
Yes.
It's just
let's just
half-baked.
we preface
explain
all
why.
opinions based on the fact that two people haven't seen it. So if you miss something glaring, we go have an opinion that's affected by later episodes of the show.
But we
That's
do
why.
know what's happened.
and he will correct us. So this is
I'll do my best.
This will have major spoilers in it.
Yes, major spoilers.
So I'm sure there will be things that I'm about to hear that I've
Should
not
we
heard
give
before.
like a quick statement, non-spoiler?
No.
Don't need to, mate.
No, just
Okay,
go
fair
into
enough.
it.
If you want to continue watching,
If you don't want to continue watching anyway, and
Yeah.
put your laptop away so we can get the views.
Stop sitting in your room and whatever. Hey football fans, are you ready to bend it like Roberto Carlos?
introducing the Curl King, inspired by his legendary free kick against France in '97.
Carl King, with its revolutionary design, spins up to an incredible 600 RPM, boosting your free kicks by over 40%.
Imagine feeling the ball's rotation as your foot connects, enhancing your technique with every strike.
It's scientifically proven to improve your free kicks by just over 40%, allowing players to sense rotation of the ball as their foot meets the ball.
And guess what? You get the Curl King, one USB cable, one USB adapter connector, and one operating manual in the box with you.
Train your muscles to adjust with precision, just like the pros.
With Curl King, you'll dominate free kicks, penalties, corners, and passing plays.
And here's the kicker. It spins in both directions, perfect for all footballers of all levels and both feet.
Whether you're a seasoned striker or just starting out, Curl King is your secret weapon.
Ready to curl it like Carlos? Get your Curl King today,
Find it at the link down below.
where you can curl it like Carlos.
Curl King, because every spin counts. So before we get going, I know we've got to get going, but one quick statement I have to make.
Stop making those jokes, man.
Sorry, no, it's not jokes. I apologise.
It was about him. It was about...
Carry on.
Doesn't matter. The point I'm trying to make is that this is obviously our first movie review.
Yes.
We have a lot more
TV show review.
Project review.
project
Which
review.
you already said, so that's
We've got a lot more coming, so we're going to try and do every single sci-fi, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, any project like that's coming out. We're going to try and do them all. If you have anything specific you want us to
try
review,
being the keyword.
let us know. Try and review, yes.
I will also say that I think me and Rue, having realised what happened in later episodes,
Yeah,
slightly regret not finishing it.
Okay, well, I'm going to start this then.
Yeah.
We'll get into it.
Yes,
Basically, we're not going to do episode by episode. We're just going to sort of discuss it.
The general one.
The general one. I've seen the first 4 episodes.
Same.
And look, it's not a case of there's anything wrong with the show. I was just not very impressed. I thought it was a slow burner. I found that the first 4 episodes, or what I've seen so far, could have been condensed into 2.
I think the first 3. I think the 4th episode had moments.
Maybe I'm forgetting because I kind of dozed off during
You're going to
it.
have to remind me of... Because
The
I
fourth
remember what
episode's
happened,
the
but
one
not
where
how it gets...
I'm pretty sure the fourth episode's the one where the fire happens. Oshi gets taken away by Sol.
It's the flashback episode.
Yeah, it's the flashback episode, and it's a needed episode because I think you wouldn't really understand what the hell's going on. But then I think what could have been better was if that was spliced into the 4 episodes and there was more of a use of it. If that makes sense, rather than having just a straight flashback episode, what if there was more of a scenes going between the 2 times?
I agree. That would have allowed for a little bit more flexibility in the telling of the story.
I know you've not seen the penultimate episode, but have you watched the penultimate one? Okay.
Only 4 episodes.
So the penultimate one is another flashback episode going through the same events, but from the Jedi's perspective.
Okay.
Cool.
So that's where they go back, and that's where we find out the kind of mystery, because that's what the show is.
I think
it's a murder mystery. That's what it is.
I still think that could have worked with the 4th episode being spliced into the first 4 episodes spread out, and then that 5th episode being the big reveal.
Agreed. Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
And then you would have had it would have even been 2 episodes shorter, or you would have been able to add more stuff to it. I guess.
Well, it could even still 3 episodes. It could have still been 3 episodes rather than 4 episodes, but just rather than having some of this boring back and forth about.
Potentially, it could have been a kind of thing from head up saying it's got to be this long. potentially, and
Yeah,
they've just
that's probably what
But they
pushed
could have
it
they
was.
could have made it that long, just with put other stuff in there.
potentially.
It was a lot of there was a lot of kind of almost world
Filler.
building, which wasn't needed because it's already a world that's built.
Is
Does
it
that
though?
make sense? Yes.
Well, we found out in the first 25 minutes, half an hour of the show that OSHA's not actually responsible for the death
Yeah.
of Trinity from the Matrix.
whereas
but-
that could have been something that could have been played out much longer.
and that, but like what they did is they gave us the reveal, and then nothing happened. Nothing about it really came back up until like the end of the third
I think
episode.
we didn't need to find out about May until the 4th episode.
I completely agree, and that would have given us more opportunity to explore the Jedi in this olden
Yeah.
time, explore the OSHA's relationship with the Jedi, as opposed to us just being like, oh, I mean, to be fair, sometimes I like getting thrown into a show. It's nice, but I think being thrown into a show, like in the way that we were, for it to then slow down massively.
Or even we could have known about May but thought she was dead.
Yeah.
That still would have worked.
There was no, it was straight away.
Agreed.
It was like it goes from the first scene is May murdering Trinity. I don't know her name, sorry.
But
And then it cuts
Yeah,
straight to
you're right.
OSHA, and we're like, well, hang on a minute,
Trinity-
obviously it wasn't OSHA.
Trinity's in the first 20 minutes of the first episode, and then she's in both flashbacks, and that's it.
Yeah.
She's great in the second flashback episode, I would say.
I'm sure she's great in every project she's in, but I just think she could have been in.
can use so much better.
Yeah,
But
I
one
agree with that.
potential idea, potentially, what you could have done is had episode 1 have been an episode based around Soul and OSHA, but OSHA when she was a kid, but was being trained by
Yes.
Li Jiang, whatever his name is.
I think
Soul.
I
Soul.
think she could have been killed second, and the
I think
Turbin could have killed first and off screen. We didn't
Torbin.
have to Torbin. We didn't have to know how he died.
But
yeah,
and-
that could have been a catalyst at the start of
and
the
then
show.
and then we start off with OSHA.
wait, hang on, which one's Torbin?
Torbin's the
The
guy
meditating
that
guy.
wasn't speaking to anyone or whatever for 10 years.
Oh, him. Yeah. Okay, I
And
thought you meant the
The
guy with
Padawan
dreads.
at the time
Padawan,
of the fire.
And I think
Agreed.
he could have died off screen right at the beginning, and that was the catalyst of the start of the show. But we didn't know who killed him, and everyone was saying it
And we
was
could
OSHA.
have had more of Trinity.
Yes,
Interesting.
she
Good
could have
concept.
still died in a similar way that Torbin did.
I
Like
think-
almost flip them, almost flip
Yeah.
the kills.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, you could have done that. I also would say though that the mystery with May and OSHA being sisters and all that, and that exists, wasn't the main mystery of the show. The main mystery ended up being that Soul killed
Yes,
the and that I think once you've watched it all the way through,
yeah, I
that
can see
becomes the sole mystery that you're solving, and that becomes a bigger plot point.
But it could have. You can still have done that plot, that confusion at the start, and then still transition into the fact that Soul killed. Still works.
It does, yeah. I just don't think it needs to be. I get your point about spreading out the flashbacks. 100% agree with that. I just don't think you needed to reveal. I think you're fine revealing it that early that they're sisters and she's alive. I think that's fine because that's not the main problem. That's not what you're focusing on. That's just
But
a minor,
I think
kind
it
of
was the issue with
wow
the
moment.
general public about trying to get into the show.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll
that is
get
fair.
on to what the actual issue from the
Yeah,
general
yeah, that
public
was
was,
stupid.
which is just dumb.
Agreed.
By general public, I mean the people who don't really care about the stupid stuff that was said, like all that kind of thing.
Yeah, normal people.
Yeah,
The stupid stuff that was said. We'll quickly focus on it, but it's not a big deal. But like the
I
stupid
was
stuff.
definitely needs to be commented on
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, the stupid stuff was the interviews that they did at the start, and they were all like, "Oh, this is the gayest Star Wars ever," and all this stuff. And I'm just like,
Anakin blew up the Death Star.
A,
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah. Technically,
Oh.
by proxy, because he had a son who did it. So
Yeah.
yeah, technically his fault. But
like, I put this down to a
Like that.
stupid,
yeah,
a stupid marketing team who A allowed them to go out there with no knowledge of the originals, which is stupid.
yeah.
And
They
B, allowing
weren't
them
weren't
to-
prepped for press.
To say this kind of stuff. Like it wasn't even true. It's not even it's not the gayest Star Wars ever,
No.
and it's not that gay. It's not that
Yeah,
gay.
there was a statement made
not.
by the OSHA actress.
Hmm.
I believe she's also the main actress.
She is.
She is.
Yeah, they look. Yeah, they look too
I think they
similar.
are. He's one actress,
They
I
might-
think.
unless they, I don't know if they are.
I think it's just one actress.
Well,
isn't
who
Is
knows?
it two actresses?
it? I thought it was one.
I thought
I thought
it
it was
makes
one.
makes
I thought
more
it
sense if it's one.
Anyway,
Anyway,
I think the confusion is because the younger ones are two actors.
Yes.
Yeah.
so she makes a statement in one of the press interviews, being like, "Oh yeah, the point of this show was to make white men cry." Now, for the record, I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah,
I rate that. I think it's
I
funny
rate it.
because the people that she was targeting then cried
Yes.
about her
watched the
comment.
show.
She obviously didn't mean it.
Oh, I see what you mean now. Yeah.
Like she obviously wasn't sat there going, "Yeah, no, we wanted to, so we wrote this show. We spent millions of pounds, millions of dollars on this, and created this like wholesome Star Wars story with action just to make white men cry." Obviously, they didn't do that.
yeah.
She's just trying to wind you up, and you
fell for
took the bait
Yeah,
and
you
you
fell
proved
for
her point. Grow up and just watch the TV show for what it actually is. Who cares if Daphne Keene's character makes a little reference about this character who's an alien, clearly doesn't have a gender, just goes, oh, they don't have a gender. What's the problem with that?
I didn't even realise that happened. I genuinely didn't realise that happened.
Because none of us care.
Exactly.
Like, it's not a problem.
You
like,
didn't
you've got
need
this
to say
you've
that
got
in
this-
the interview, and you
you've got
didn't
this
need to
ungendered-
worry about it. Because
yeah, she's done it. I think I think that was funny that she did that because it gave them negative press.
it
And
doesn't
what did that?
really matter, does it?
No, but what I'm saying is it's the three of us. It doesn't matter because we're not judgmental people.
Mm.
But and when I watched, I see people. I don't use TikTok very often, in all honesty. But when I do, sometimes it pop. I got a little clip pop up of that little clip where Daphne Keene's character, her name escapes me, but she goes.
Same.
Sorry.
Same. I don't
Oh,
remember,
okay.
I
Yeah.
did that
So
very late.
she just goes. She references how a character doesn't have a gender,
Mm.
and then somebody stitches it and goes, "Nobody cares whether or not they've got a gender." And I'm like, if they don't care, then there shouldn't be a problem with them saying it.
should literally go straight over their head. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Like, if you don't
Exactly.
care about something, you shouldn't have a problem with it being said. You do care, otherwise you wouldn't stitch it and put it
Also,
on TikTok for
In a
thousands of
galaxy
views.
far, far away, which has friggin' space travel, the likelihood is
Bro,
there's
there's
going
a
to be.
green bogey that can move things
Yeah.
with its mind. I think
The
you
likelihood that there's
having a
gonna be-
problem. Yoda.
Yoda.
Right,
I'm
okay.
referring to Yoda there. Fucking hell.
Bogey? What?
Yeah, there's a hairy green bogey that can move things with its mind,
I
and
don't
you
know
have you
why.
have issue with one character going, that character doesn't have a gender that you and I know of.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
Like,
I think
considering
it
how many
stopped
genders,
people's-
but how many, considering how many genders there are in the world,
Yeah.
the likelihood of how many there's going to be in
Galaxy
far, far away.
Yeah,
Like,
very
does
true.
it
Jesus
does it
Christ.
matter? Like the point I'm making. Obviously, I sound like I'm being a bit of an idiot, but the point I'm making is that who cares? Like
Yeah.
we live in a society where stuff like that is happening, and there is nothing wrong with it being put into pop culture.
No.
Because if you exclude everyone from pop culture and just have it as the most vanilla possible project ever, we're going to run out of projects, which we basically already have done.
Yeah.
And so now, getting more content out there, you've got to go outside the box, and this is how to do it. Get over yourselves,
Yeah, I
guys.
mean, I agree. Fair.
Yeah.
If,
I mean-
if we lose 100% of our watchers because of the statement I've just said, then I would happily have 0 views.
Fair enough.
'Cause-
I mean, I
Generally
would,
yours.
I agree.
I would add one more point to that. From my perspective, is that the thing. I get what you're saying. It shouldn't matter whether you say it or not, but
Yeah.
like, you didn't need to put that out there in the marketing. You didn't need to have it said, because at the end of the day, it wasn't even that. If you hadn't said anything, no one would have even talked about it.
They
wouldn't
would.
even.
Oh
have been
no, they
mentioned.
would. They would.
I,
100%.
apart from like the extremists, like 99, I wouldn't have even noticed it.
So the loudest,
Personally.
as you said in a podcast,
You don't
that's coming
need
out
to
in a bit.
Bring it up.
The loudest people are generally wrong.
And it's always the smaller percentage of people that are loudest. You see, I don't know if you scroll through Instagram, you might find a video like mildly entertaining, and you click on the comments and you see how unhinged the comments are.
Oh yeah.
Instagram
That's
comments are unhinged.
probably 0.5% of the people that actually watch the video.
Yeah.
The people,
Agreed.
and I'm not saying I do agree with you to some extent. I think that sometimes it's better not to say anything at all. And if you are intentionally trying to wind somebody up, then maybe you're kind of part of the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
However, I think the fact that there's a problem in the first place speaks volumes, as opposed to you just making a funny comment that everyone now
I think
is giving you hate for.
we can summarize this in that people are being stupid by letting that colour of their opinions,
Yeah.
and also it was poor marketing. I think we can say both those things.
I think
confidently.
that I don't blame the marketing. I just blame some of the actors just impressed, just
But I think-
knowing they know. But the thing is, they knew what they were doing because they knew that they were going to get the hate anyway. So they were
I
just
think
like,
if you're
bring it on.
good
Yeah.
if you're good like head of marketing, you will brief them before and give them like, okay, this is the facts, the basic facts about Star Wars that you have to know.
oh no,
and stuff like that.
no, the lack
And
of
then-
Star Wars knowledge, I agree with. I think that I
It
found a
gets
little
wrapped
bit.
up into the same point, I think. But
Yeah.
it's just poor control over the marketing of the film, personally. But
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
let's talk about something actual Star Wars,
Yes.
shall we?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I felt like it was
Yeah.
important
No,
to say
it's-
that.
No,
Yeah,
I
it had to be touched on.
100%
Had to be
agree. Yeah,
touched
no,
on.
I'm happy that we've said it.
Can I just hop in very quickly?
Go on,
It's
yeah,
not
no.
necessary. It's kind of on the same topic. It's not
Okay.
necessarily about Acolyte.
Go ahead.
So apologise if we go on a
Yeah.
tangent.
Yeah.
Nice. But I basically feel the exact same way about She-Hulk
Ooh.
because
Oh no, yeah, no, yeah.
in
yeah,
regards
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
everybody
yeah.
getting angry
Yeah,
about
stupid.
all of that,
Like,
and
yeah,
the
I
reason
agree.
She-Hulk got such low ratings, yes, the CGI is horrendous.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't have been that low because of CGI. It's because of everything surrounding it and just everybody being salty.
Anti-wokers.
Yeah, and it's just like, is it really that bad? No. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up as well.
Yeah,
just
fair
like
enough. I mean,
more recent modern
It's
products.
not
I
a
mean,
great
I
show.
hate She-Hulk, but not because of the
Yeah.
wokeness,
Literally,
because
I
it's
didn't-
shit.
I didn't enjoy it, but like the problem is whenever I say that I didn't enjoy it, a lot of people assume it's because of that.
Yeah, that's fair
But
enough.
that's not the
Yeah,
case at
no,
all.
I agree.
No.
I have my reasons.
Because that was something you wanted to touch on.
I did. I wanted to touch on in the first
Mm.
podcast I ever did, but we
Yeah.
ran out of time. Maybe we'll have the opportunity to bring it up in the future.
Yeah,
because I'd actually like to speak
That's why
about
we've
that.
got this platform now. So.
Yeah, well,
Exactly,
we can do a podcast on that. 100%.
But yeah, let's return Star Wars. Sorry for the tangent.
No, it's fine.
Mate,
No, it's a good
let's be
important
honest.
thing to speak about.
So let's go through the scene that I really liked, having watched it now. Obviously, spoiled myself. The soul, obviously, he actually killed May and Osha's mother,
And that's the big reveal at the end in the finale. Very well timed, I think.
and basically Osha does an Anakin 2.0.
Or Anakin did an OSHA 2.0.
Oh, Anakin did an
Oh god, here come the haters. No, Anakin's the original.
Well, they said that about the fact that they were force spawn, didn't they?
Yeah.
Get over it, guys.
Yeah.
I think Anakin's the only person ever to be
Like,
forced.
oh, it's not as special now. Someone else has done it. It's like it's happened
Yeah.
twice in all of history of Star Wars. Like,
yeah. What do you
Also,
expect?
100 years apart.
Oh,
Like,
God forbid.
yeah.
And actually, it works because obviously we'll talk about it in a minute. Plagueis shows up, so Plagueis has learned. Osha knows it, passes it on to Scrapper, the other Sith, that guy. Knows that they were created through the Force. Knows how to do it. Well, I picked up how to do it.
Yeah.
Pass that on
Osha
to
did.
Plagueis. Pass that on to Palps. Palps does it.
Yeah.
Well, Osha would know how she was created
thought
and
it
then
was
could figure out how to do
Palps
it.
does it.
Palps does it. to
Palps
Anakin.
creates Anakin, I'm pretty sure. Well, in the comic books, it's kind of
Was it?
What? I didn't know that.
it's external lore, but it's pretty much canon.
Is it extended? Oh, okay.
It's kind of extended, but it's very much believed that it's the same in canon.
Well, we're throwing in some confusing.
We are,
curveballs.
but it kind of works.
Yeah.
If they canonize that, then it's because Osha passed that knowledge on to.
I do rate that.
Plagueis.
If they do that, well, I would be pretty
Potential.
happy with that. Also, like-
no, it's just Darth Plagueis, not Palpatine. It was Darth
But
Plagueis.
Plagueis
That created
is the
Anakin.
master of Palpatine, and then
No.
passed that knowledge.
Yeah,
on
no.
to
Plagueis
Palpatine.
is the master of Anakin of
Yes,
Palpatine.
but it was Darth Plagueis who may have made Anakin through. his
I thought it was.
experiments.
No, I thought it
Plagueis
was
making
Palps.
experiments to create life by manipulating midi-chlorians.
Have you? Where are you getting that from?
Google.
Okay.
No, but either way, point is,
same,
yeah, very good.
it doesn't really matter.
It's the
'cause it
point. The
works
point still
exactly the
stands.
same.
Is that if they successfully turn this full circle to show the creation of Anakin, then the acolyte can
Fair play.
very clearly solidify itself in god tier Star Wars if it can do that in season 2.
If season 2
That
can do that, yeah.
would be
Season 2 has bags of
incredible.
potential.
But there's so much potential in season 2. But anyway, the reason
God,
why
I
wanted
didn't
to talk about
even
was-
link that. Shit.
Well, because so the main thing is that Anakin was made purely by the Force naturally, but apparently in Revenge of the Sith,
Did you ever
Palpatine hints that it was what's his name? I forgot my brain's gone.
Plagueis.
Plagueis'
Plagueis.
experiments on midichlorians to create life that led to.
Could be
Anakin.
either of them.
Yeah, but
yeah.
we're never gonna. Yeah,
We're never gonna know.
We might do it season 2 or 3.
Somebody force screwed Anakin's mum and created Anakin.
You're doing so well. We're doing so well.
But obviously, Soul
Get out.
OSHA does an OSHA 1.0.
Yes.
Or somebody else, 2, 3, or 4.0.
we never know.
know.
And she turns to the dark side,
Mm.
kills Soul with Force choke.
And I'm gonna add this in because I know you're not gonna include this bit, but she steals his lightsaber.
Mm.
As she's force choking him, you can hear a little fizzle, like a
Yes.
little, and
then
continue
she then pulls her lightsaber on what's his name?
on the scrapper / Sith. We're bad with names. Apologies, guys.
Yeah.
Um.
And
Well,
and
can we put? Are we allowed to put
Well,
screen grabs in?
hopefully if
in
I
post?
assume there's
Ho-
some
hopefully Max does,
uncopyrighted
hopefully Max
stuff.
does. Well, we can
We'll
ask
see what
her, we
happens.
can
in.
ask her.
We'll see. What happens.
Put it.
And
over my face.
as she's pointing,
Or in the middle here, like
the blue lightsaber,
Fizzles and cracks.
we start to see a colour change.
It's so cool.
I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Bleeds
that's
the
pretty-
lightsaber.
it
Bleeds
and
the
it goes
lightsaber
to-
whilst
goes to
it's
red.
lit.
It's
Yeah,
an
I've never
amazing
seen that.
scene.
I've seen lightsabers be removed and bled, but I've never seen kyber crystals be removed and bled, but I've never seen it actually like change color.
That's
That's so
In
cool,
the
man.
and like and you can see also like it starts to become more unstable as well.
Yeah, and you can see like at the very tip of it, there's stuff fizzling on it because it's obviously a lot hotter.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool.
Can we talk about the lightsabers themselves? Are you a fan of the design in this series or not? Because a lot of people have said they haven't liked it because it's slightly thicker.
Yeah, but that's because they were less, because they're older.
There's no. So the thing is, right? They put in this show, they put battery packs in the lightsabers so that they glue up whilst you're filming.
In production.
In production.
Oh, cool.
So they're physically lit up in the actual show.
Oh.
So therefore, the handles have to be slightly thicker to accommodate the extra electronics.
But they can just play that off as they were older lightsabers.
Agreed.
Not
But
different designs.
I like the design. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But some people have said,
Oh, I see. No, I'm
you
happy.
don't like the thicker design.
No,
Yeah, I
fine.
mean, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the lightsaber whip, but it's just only because I think it's just a bit weird.
Yeah.
I'm just a bit like, meh. I mean,
Doesn't really make sense either.
the lightsaber whip.
Doesn't make sense.
Oh yeah,
well.
the whip. I forgot about. Was the whip? Whip was used once,
No. Fair enough, like
and they put
probably.
that in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Yeah, I mean, no. It's like it's not that bad. Like it's more just like I was just like, oh, it's kind of random. Cool,
No, but
let's move on.
They put it in just to put it in the trailer. That's
Yeah.
to make people hype
Marketing.
for it. Yeah,
Mm.
it was a marketing technique. If make some use of the whip, or don't put the whip in, right? Surely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a lightsaber whip doesn't really.
It's so
make
dangerous, isn't it?
But doesn't make sense
Yeah.
because it's a beam of light, right? How can it?
Well, let's
move?
not get into the physics of it.
Yeah,
let's be
that's
honest. I
Star
think- I
Wars
think
is
the
a
sec-
bit
the second we
tricky
try to
with the
analyze the
physics.
physics of Star Wars, we're talking about people.
Maybe in the future we can do that.
Yeah, when we fully release a little disclaimer being like, yeah, we're aware there's as I've said, a green bogey using telekinesis, but we're
Mm.
criticizing the use of a laser sword.
Yeah, but that's.
I understand, I
That's
understand.
a mammal that can be made because, as we know in life, there is lots of different creatures, but light.
You have a point,
bend
but
like that.
Doesn't really matter.
Anyway,
But
I'm just being nerdy.
yeah.
Wait, it's the gradient show. It's fine
We're allowed to be nerdy
Why
on
is it called the Gradient Show? I never knew that.
because it's multifaceted.
Blue, purple, and red.
No, it's all the colours.
Yeah.
Because it's not about football, he can't use the specific colour theme, so he just went with something different.
Well, no, I just wanted something different.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It doesn't matter.
sorry.
Again.
New kid on the block.
Yes. No. Yes. No. No. Yes.
Anyway, was it a success?
I-
Was it could there's a lot of, as we said, there's a lot of potential with the show.
I enjoyed it from the start. I was into it from the start, and then it paid off really, really well. And that last episode
Paid off well, yeah, I'd agree with that.
The fact that there wasn't like there wasn't any cop out kills. Everybody who died
Yes.
actually died, and that's rare to see in modern cinema. So I'm enjoying that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair comment.
And I mean, they all died.
Yeah.
Like they just all died.
So I'd say
Everyone died.
I'd say this
Apart
is a
from the-
good project. I
Yeah.
think they've done a good job here.
It just dawned on me that recent Star Wars projects have been very much like that. In my opinion, where the first half of it has been pretty mid, and then it's gotten very good. Ahsoka is an example of that.
Ahsoka's an
Agreed.
example.
The last 4 episodes is like the best, some of the best Star Wars. R.I.P. Ray Stevenson, absolute legend.
What they could have done
Um,
with that in season 2. Had
What
he
they
still
will
been
do with
us.
it, because I'm hoping that they do they're sensible and they recast him and
Yeah.
continue the story exactly as it was. Same with what show are we talking about? The Acolyte.
Yeah.
Forgot the name. Bit mind blown there. Starts off slow. Andor's kind of the same. Still
Similar, yeah.
Still, yeah. And I think
I think
maybe
even Mandalorians has its moments of slow.
yeah. Probably the problem. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah, it has its moments of being slow.
And we're not going to talk about Boba.
Yeah, that was crap.
I do.
Crap throughout.
I'm
Yeah.
enjoying the.
Except for the episodes with the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the Mando verse, if we coin it that, so that the
Yeah, you can do
Ahsokas
that,
and
yeah.
the Mandalorians and all that. I'm enjoying all those shows, and I enjoy the timeline and the story that they're telling. I think it's way more interesting than.
I'm looking forward to the Mandalorian
I think
and Grogu
they're
film.
doing so.
Are they doing a film?
Oh, they're doing a yeah. So I don't know if they're doing a season 4, but what I do know is that they're concluding the Mandalorian story with a film.
Because I think it was fan made, but I saw a poster for a film, and it was basically seeing off the rest of the Ahsoka plot points, the Mandalorian plot points, all of the shows kind of tying off in one big Star Wars film, and it's basically how they're going to deal with not Snoke, the other one.
Linking them into the sequels.
No. It's about what's the blue guy? Blue guy. What's his name?
Thrawn.
Thrawn. It's basically the battle against Thrawn is the film.
So yeah.
So it's the new Jedi Order.
That'd be good.
It's Luke. It's so
yeah,
bad.
and I'm like, you got this badass Luke who comes in and saves the day at the end of the Mandalorian, which is one of the coolest scenes in Star Wars history.
And also,
the music, it's so cool. And then you've got what you've explained, which is going to be awesome. You've got him in Return of the Jedi, and then the Last Jedi just becomes this.
It's far.
Yeah. So when we saw the World Between Worlds in Ahsoka, I was like, let's do a little timey-wimey thing and delete the sequels.
Yeah.
That's what I think they might do.
Please. The thing is though, they've
do a separate timeline with us.
I feel like they should. I feel like they could. Like, I feel like they've had enough people tell them that they can do it, and the content leading up to sequels has been between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens. The content's actually been pretty phenomenal, I'd say.
And like the Bad Batch covers the
obviously,
cloning thing a bit more, and it helps.
Obviously, I'm not talking about the Acolyte.
It is sad, but it's so well done.
So well done, but sad.
I haven't seen it.
I've only seen
You
bits.
should.
It's really sad.
It's worth watching, and you get a real emotional attachment to the characters. Like they're really good characters, and they're done really well. Just the last point to kind of touch on that. You talked earlier about like tying this kind of universe into the kind of sequels. Don't bother.
No, but it's
Genuinely don't bother.
Obviously, we're sat here saying don't bother, but the people sat in the people who have been working for Disney for decades, who are sat in the boardroom, aren't going to just be like, yeah, let's disregard those films. They're still going to try and make it work because that's just how they are. It is easy for us to sit here and say don't bother, and I agree.
What are the ramifications if they say don't bother for them? Is it just
admitting that they're wrong?
Yeah,
which most people can't do.
True.
You know, they fucked up. That's cool.
I think it would make a better thing if they just went, these films didn't work. We like what we're going with the Mandalorian, so let's just make this a separate thing.
But if companies actually were capable of admitting that they were wrong, the amount of sequels, prequels,
very true,
remakes and reboots we'd have would probably be cut in half.
That is very true. So maybe we do have to find a way to tie it in. But
I realistically think that's probably what they're going to do. They tie it in to the sequels. And if they do, what they will do is if they're going to erase the sequels from existence, in order to do that, they have to acknowledge the sequels first.
Yeah.
So let's just say they see that the sequels happen, and then the World Between Worlds comes up, and I don't know, for whatever reason, let's just say, for the sake of example, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but Ahsoka has a vision and she sees the entire sequels play out and just goes, not letting that happen. Like obviously that is oversimplified. No, she's currently in the present and she has a vision of the future and stays where she is and just alters it from the present. She doesn't time travel. She just has the vision.
Because I'm pretty sure
that's not obviously what's going to happen. But like in order for them to, like, they can't just ignore the sequels. They can't just be like, yeah, let's gloss past it and just create a new timeline. They have to go, well, in order to have the new timeline, we need to go, well, this is what's going to happen.
They could treat it as like
see what I mean?
You know, DC, like they have the Nightmare timeline.
Yeah.
They don't really flesh it out. But what they could do is go, that's a Nightmare timeline, let's avoid it.
Like that's what I'm saying.
The exact same way.
Yeah, I think, but like I said,
and then it's kind of still in canon, but it isn't.
You can't change the future if you don't know what it is. So they have to see what the sequels are. They have to experience them in some way or another. And I don't really want them to go back in time as such. I just would like them to sort of
know what's going to happen.
This is what I'm saying. This is just not going to happen because it's just.
And I think it's a very good way to wrap it up.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's we'll see.
So it's how are we going to are we going to score these films? And then give them like a total so we can compare all the films we review. Is that something?
What, the Acolyte?
Yeah.
Because we're on the Acolyte.
This is the Acolyte we're talking about.
Yeah.
Should we give it a score out of 10 each and then that gives it its grand total?
It's the average.
Okay. Well, no, just add them up.
Do the average. Cause it's still out.
Yeah, well, I can do quick maths. I can do quick maths. Just
okay.
out of 10, whole numbers.
6.
So I'm gonna go with 7 based on what I've not heard. Based on what I've heard versus what I've seen.
I feel like let's keep it in scale. I'm gonna go 8. I think it's nowhere near a 9 or a 10, but I think 8 is kind of solid.
So 7 out of 10 for the Acolyte.
I think that's a good score, especially
next?
Deadpool Wolverine.
It is Deadpool Wolverine. That's next week.
Give me 10s. I want 10s all round, guys.
No, it's not next week. It's the week after. Sorry.
We got
next week is The Boys, and then the week after is The
Boys.
Boys.
Yeah, The Boys.
Yeah. That's getting a low score. This spoiler alert. That's getting a low score from me.
Have you finished it yet?
I've not seen the finale. It's out tomorrow, but
Carlos
I was going to say we got.
Carlos has said it's really good.
He can't finish it.
No, he's not finished it. Just realised.
He's watched all of
Carlos.
He's watched all about it.
You seen The Boys this season? Sorry, we're just speaking to someone off camera. What do you think of it so far? The whole of this season, not the previous ones, just this season. I'm saying it's mid, bro.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk
8.
about. We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next
Talk
week.
about
And
some
that's
enemies
I
are gonna
might-
be in it.
I might cede my place to Carlos next week because I haven't watched
Well,
it.
you haven't watched it.
I could
Yeah.
watch it in time potentially. We'll
But
see.
yeah,
We haven't
so
decided
yeah,
yet.
next week we'll be talking about The Boys, and the week after, the big
Deadpool
one,
Wolverine.
Deadpool Wolverine.
Yes, that's massive. I'm
We'll see
booking
you
a
guys.
ticket for next Wednesday. We're going to finish the podcast. I'm going to go home
Next
and
Wednesday.
the
It's out
screening.
next. Oh, you're gonna book it next Wednesday?
No. It's out next Wednesday, but at 5 o'clock in the morning of the Thursday.
Oh goodness
Ah,
me!
wow.
Enjoy that. All right,
I am going to.
I'm not doing that.
All right, don't do that. And on that note, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our points on the Acolyte, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.